Hello guys, Sujo speaking. Welcome to LJPCBM episode number 816, and today we're reacting to Q&A session with Alex Paris, the Sunday show episode number 15. Now, he was originally going to do Microsoft Agent episode, but because of what happened, which I'll explain during this episode of LJPCBM, I decided to react to a Q&A session with Alex Paris video. Sunday show episode 15. So let's react to this beginning in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Due to the recent events that happened on the older episode.
Yeah, and John Larson, if you watch this episode right now, yeah, you don't need to ask everyone, say why did you redo the stream. Continue on.
15 of the Sunday show. I had to delete that episode and decided to do a redo of episode 15.
Yes,
Originally,
exactly.
I was going to be doing an episode where I'll be talking about how I discovered Microsoft Agent.
Yes.
Because of what happened, and I don't have the time to talk about everything, I decided to just do a regular Q&A session.
Agreed.
I want to put a quick disclaimer for everybody out there.
Yes.
You are more than welcome to join on in the chat anytime you wish to do so. But if you're going to come in here and spam some random stuff that doesn't even make sense to annoy me, please don't even bother coming in a live chat. Because
exactly.
I have to tell off a couple of people, and I'm not saying this to be mean, but I'm just pointing it out there. Please do not screw around with me because I do not have time to tolerate that stuff.
I have to agree with Alex. You know, it was hard from Alex, big time. You know, just things like that. You know, just don't want to talk about this incident again. But you know what? It's hard on Alex. You know, that's just me. Continue on.
I hope you all understand, and let's all have a wonderful episode 15 of the Sunday Show.
Hooray!
Welcome to the Sunday Show. This is the interactive show where host Alex Paris will be talking about everything that's on his mind and everything else. And now, here's Alex Paris.
Alex, you bet that is. Joking.
Thank you very much, Mr. Brandon Scruggs, and hello, everybody. Welcome to a new episode 15 of the Sunday Show, where I interact with my fans while talking about it on my mind. I am your host, Alex Paris. It is currently 4:14 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, Sunday, April 10th, 2022. As I mentioned earlier, originally it was going to be a discussion about Microsoft Agent,
which I have the degree of, which is so not happening until episode 16 for LJPCBM wise. Continue on.
But because of what happened earlier, which I'm not going to get into again, we're just going to do a regular Q&A episode. But to make up for next week's episode, I will be talking about a little bit about Easter and Microsoft Agent, just to make it up for you guys.
Exactly, Alex.
First off, I'd like to welcome Mr. Luke Jeffers, one of my big-time fans here in the chat. And we have Mr. St. Dennis. Yes, gotta love Mr. Brandon Scruggs.
No.
And I will...
Why joke Scruggs, there was a singer and songwriter.
Say this right now. Throughout my YouTube career, I would have to... Yes, they do, Luke, if you drink some Red Bull. He asked, do human beings fly and flap their wings? Hey, you know, that's actually kind of a funny joke. I will admit that, Luke.
Exactly, yeah.
Fan of game shows, a.k.a. Jeffrey. Hello again. Glad to have you here once again. So, rules are as follows. If you want to ask me a question, you can ask me as many times as you can, but don't try not to overload the questions, so that way everybody can have a chance to ask a question.
Exactly.
We'll be doing that for the next 25 minutes, because at the end of the show, we'll be doing a quick weather report, and then we will conclude the show.
Exactly.
While we wait for some people to come on in and ask me questions, I will say that having Brandon Scruggs and Kevin Henry as my announcers throughout the past 12 years of my YouTube career, I have to say, Brandon, Kevin, and Kyle Hershon are like one of the best announcers I ever had on my YouTube videos.
Wow.
Here's a question from David. Are you old? No, I'm actually 26 years young.
Mm-hmm.
You can ask me funny questions to give me a good laugh, and I do really need that.
Yeah, exactly, Alex.
And I will assure you, I will make sure that this does not happen again.
Exactly, Alex.
I do want to apologize for yelling.
Yeah.
I didn't rage, which I've been rage free for the past year and a half now, which I'm very proud of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I kept my cool. I calmed down for a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And decided to do a redo of episode 15 because it would just look bad on me.
Yes. Exactly.
Gerald Harold. It's been so many years since I've used the Gerald Harold character.
Yeah.
11 years ago, I created a character where he'd be in his early 60s. Well, when I first premiered Gerald Harold, he was 59 years old. And he loves drinking Dr. Pepper, but he keeps having his cough. And of course, how I made the voice, I just used video editing software. Just lowered the pitch to the right amount, and there, voila.
Wow.
Now, if I want to bring back Gerald Harold,
wow,
I would have to get like one of those little funny glasses because I'm already growing a mustache.
Wow.
Here's something. Yes, something for Brian and Steve. You know, I will mention that later on in the show.
Which I'll have to talk about during this it was a great idea, David. You know, it's just the thing is, I haven't got a chance to speak about Gerald Harold in forever. Neither has the whole entire Harold family. You know, it's a great idea to bring up on Brian and Steve. You know, continue on.
We got about 8 watchers here, so feel free to ask me a question here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We want to keep the show going.
Yes.
Here's a question from the fan of game shows. What are your thoughts about Will Smith being banned from the Oscars for 10 years after what he did to Chris Rock?
Wow.
Well, here's the thing. Chris shouldn't have said what he should have said. And of course, Will should not have slapped him.
Exactly.
He just said, "Don't make a joke like that again," or as I said, "Keep my wife's name out of your mouth." You know what? That was just freaking crazy.
Which I talked about in FWO before. It was freaking shocking. You know, that's just me. Continue. Excuse me. Continue on.
To describe it honestly, it's just crazy.
It was, yeah.
Shouldn't have slapped Chris Rock too.
No.
Chris should have never made that joke.
No, never.
Good to see Cars Gamers 37537 here.
Mm-hmm.
And we have Logan Skeleton, the class clown. But don't worry about it. Logan. It's not your fault.
Nope.
If you made a joke about Burger King, I wouldn't like slap you. I would just go like a goofy slap. You know, in a jokingly way. I'd be just like, "Oh, you." Gotta love Logan Skeleton, everybody.
Wow.
What time will Brian and Steve premiere in time zones? I will mention this right now since everybody's looking forward to Brian and Steve. So tomorrow at 3 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, 6 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and 4 p.m. Mountain Time, I am bringing back... I'll be bringing back the Brian and Steve shows for a season 9, thanks to Rapper Offline. So enjoy the adventures of Brian, Steve, and Jeremy as they prank each other with some funny stuff and going on misadventures too.
Which I'll be talking about in the next 2 episodes of LJPCBM. Continue on.
Here's a question from Adam Steinhardt. What are your favorite Nintendo games and consoles? I got a lot of favorite Nintendo games. I'll start off with favorite Nintendo consoles. My favorite Nintendo console of all time will be the Nintendo GameCube. I remember seeing a commercial for the Nintendo GameCube as a kid, and I was hyped up. Always wanted the GameCube, and I got it on Christmas 2003. And the first game I ever played on that GameCube was Mario Kart Double Dash, which is my favorite Mario Kart game of all time.
Wow.
Favorite Nintendo games I like to play are Super Mario Brothers, Mario Kart games, Burnout, which is a racing game,
Wow.
NASCAR games, pretty much sports games and some Mario games. Did you watch the Grand Prix of Long Beach? I did not watch the Grand Prix of Long Beach.
Wow.
I hardly don't watch racing because I'm usually working on the weekends. But
Work on the weekends. Weekenders references. Continue on.
To tell you the truth, my favorite sport of all time is racing.
Wow.
I know in the past I mentioned baseball, but ever since I was a baby, I really got into racing like NASCAR, IndyCar, and I will say this.
And you're the huge fan of horse racing, you know? And when you got into Shady Cove before, as you remember my reaction video to Shady Cove Trip 4, and I don't want to mention it again, but I will do a remastered, like revisited version of my reaction to Shady Cove movies, but that's just me. Continue on.
Funny story, when I was a kid, you know those die-cast cars that you can get with NASCAR? I would literally take the two die-cast cars and I would actually race them around in the living room in a little circle.
And yes, he also did some monster trucks. He'd been before as a kid. This is my very first monster trucks in 2021. You know, I really love to see that again. You know, that's just me. Continue on.
I was actually like, and just race around. All right. Next question. Are you excited about my trip to SeaWorld after 15 years?
Yeah. And yes, I miss about Cosmo. I've never been to SeaWorld after 15 years, and yes, broken arm. It was a bad playground. I have a broken arm in that time frame, and that SeaWorld place. It was a long story short. Continue on.
Well, I hope you have a fun time at SeaWorld, Luke.
Thank you, Alex, for watching this, because at that time frame, it's going to be nearly 2 weeks from now. Let's say 23rd through the 24th. It's going to be a Sesame Street land. It's going to be huge. Continue on.
Favorite games on the Wii. My favorite games on the Wii were Tiger Woods Golf 2008, Wii Sports, TV Show King.
Wow.
Price is Right 2010, Wheel of Fortune, and Mario Kart Wii.
Okay.
Next question. What do you think of Formula One going to Las Vegas? I didn't even know they were going to Las Vegas.
Wow. Wow.
I didn't even know about that. That's the first time. Next question from Cars. Have you ever been to Disneyland in Anaheim? I have not. My cousin's been to Disneyland down there, and they've been there like at least once a year, and they have a good time down there. But maybe one of these days I'll go to Disneyland.
Wow.
And for the record, I've also not been to Disney World.
Yeah, you should go to Savannah. Like, well, my saying, stay if you watch this, Alex, for you, buddy, at my house. Continue on.
My favorite game is Wii Shovelware games.
Wow.
Okay. Nice to know that, Logan.
Yes.
We are at the 10-minute mark. I'd like to thank everybody for submitting questions so far. Keep submitting your questions, and I will be happy to answer them. Just don't ask like childish questions.
Exactly.
Like Jay Houston here. What is your top 5 Disney movies? You know, I never made a top 5, but I would say, do you want me to include Pixar or just straight up Disney? If you're talking about like, I don't even watch a lot of Disney anymore.
Wow.
While I wait for Jay's answer, what do you have planned for the summer? David asks. Well, I want to go to Shady Cove, Oregon to see my grandmother sometime in June.
My birth month.
Sometime in July, I want to go to Mariposa, see my grandfather, and of course, film the 30th and final film vlog of the Mariposa Trip movie series.
Wow.
I got quite a couple things planned for the summer. And Pixar too. So we'll start with number 5. And this is in no order. I haven't really thought of my top 5 Disney films, to be honest. But I will tell you, my favorite Disney Pixar film of all time will be the first Toy Story.
Wow.
You just gotta love the jokes in Toy Story. And you know what? Almost all shows and movies, there's always going to be some adult jokes that we don't get as kids, but we get as adults.
Wow, yeah. Exactly.
Good to see you, Paul C. Everything is going well.
Yeah.
Any good idea of reacting to your videos? I'm going to be honest, not right now, Luke. Because I usually only react to some of my old videos when I do, like, reaction videos to, like, while I'm doing this show, for example, or just a standalone video. So as of right now, no.
That's fine. I understand that. Continue on.
Thank you very much for asking. Another Disney film I like is The Lion King, which is Disney's most successful film of all time. Another favorite I like is A Goofy Movie.
Yeah, Babe, same year came out in like Goofy movie. But anyway, continue on.
And honestly, this is in no particular order with the exception of Toy Story.
Wow.
Let's see. Beauty and the Beast, which is my mom's favorite. Hi, Mom.
Wow.
And for one more that I like, Cars.
I have not seen the first Cars in my life. Continue on.
Toy Story and Cars are my favorite Pixar films of all time. What is the worst Price is Right pricing game?
Wow.
That's too much. It's just, it can either be one too little, one too many. It's just, it can be set up for a win or a loss. And it gets lost almost all the time. Yes, The Lion King came out in 1994.
Wow, exactly, David.
Another bad pricing game I don't like is Stack the Deck. I don't like Pay the Rent.
Wow.
And another one I really don't care for, I'm looking over there because I'm also thinking, Logan, your least favorite game is Plinko? Man, you're crazy. Who remembers Buzz Lightyear Star Command? Yeah, I don't remember being on UPN, but I actually do remember watching Buzz Lightyear, the Star Command on Disney Channel, and I even have the movie on VHS somewhere. I remember watching that. I really liked that.
Wow.
You had the beginning intro created by Pixar, and then Walt Disney Studios for the movie portion of it.
Wow. Okay. I even got the same copy on DVD. But the thing is, I remember Buzz Lightyear Star Command as a kid on 2 Disney. Continue on.
No, that's yes. They always say one more, and then what happens? They lose.
Wow.
Who remembers House of Mouse? That was one of my favorite Toon Disney shows of all time.
Same here. Especially the old Weekenders Lloyd in Space, Recess, Timo Supremo, Fillmore, etc. So I did mention the 4. Pepper Rat and other things. I did not mention other things, but continue on, Remix. Anyway.
Brandon Plumley, who's known as Remix Plum here in the chat.
Stage name, by the way.
My favorite pricing games would be Dice Game and Punch-A-Bunch.
Wow.
I love rolling
Story Wishbone. Continue on.
Dice, and I like punching holes to win money. So that's my favorite card game. But my favorite pricing game of all time is the Dice Game.
Wow.
Brandon Martin, the host of Rant and Rave, is here. Welcome, Brandon. We are at the 15-minute mark. So we got about 10 more minutes to submit questions.
Wow.
While we wait for some questions to be answered, I'll just talk about my day at work. Work was pretty well. Yesterday was just crazy busy. I just wanted the day to be over with because it was like loads of overflow packed and there was no room available until the end of the day. And of course, there was a lot of people on the floor with their pallet jacks. I work at a distribution center for Costco, in case you all forgot, by the way.
Wow. Okay.
Now, for Luke's question, does anybody remember the Weekenders, Lloyd Space Recess, and Pepper Ann? I have not watched any of those three shows except Recess. Recess.
Come on. Recess.
Oh, Recess. I used to watch Recess as a kid on ABC and Disney.
Wow. I mean, I grew up with these 4 shows. They're my childhood favorites as a kid. Continue on.
Besides Steve Harvey or Richard Dawson, who is the best Family Feud host? Good question. I'd have to go with either Ray Combs or Richard Karn.
Wow.
Good question. Favorite restaurants to go on a regular day? I actually have a couple of restaurants I like to go to. One in particular is one of my favorite spots in San Jose. It's called Southern Kitchen. I'm more one of the regulars down there. They got great food, great staff. I usually go there on Wednesdays on my days off or sometimes Thursday. They got great breakfast and great burgers and great fish and chips down there, which is my favorite dish of all time.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was chicken. Okay. Chicken? Yes, chicken. Yeah. Check out the my random video of coming soon. Be on God for that. Continue on.
Does anybody know the NBC show called Viper? I know the dog Viper, but I've never seen the show Viper. Family Feud. The Paris family versus the Skelton family. When? Oh my God, you know we would beat you in a heartbeat? I don't know when, but you know what? I would love to see that happen. And you know what? You will be going down, Logan. You will be going down.
You'll see, Logan, you know.
That was actually a very good question there, Logan.
If you watch this, Logan, Alex, for you guys. Anyway.
Looking at the chat here. And I want to thank everybody for keeping this live chat clean and sane.
You're welcome, Alex. Continue on.
To what happened earlier. There's a lot of crazy people out there on YouTube, and they just don't like to listen.
They don't, no.
I tried out for Wheel of Fortune, but I didn't get picked. Have you tried out for a game show? I have. A couple of years ago, I tried to be a contestant on Card Sharks.
This is actually nearly 5 years ago, Alex. Continue on.
But I never got a call back, and unfortunately, now that's canceled, I will never get that chance to be a contestant on Card Sharks. I also tried to...
Oh, a couple years ago. I thought it was Card Sharks. Oh. I thought it was The Price is Right. Oh. Continue on.
Contestant on Price is Right, which me and Corey went to 2 tapings in July 2017, but we didn't get called on now. But it was an amazing experience. We actually were on national TV. There will be a couple camera shots where we will be in the audience cheering, clapping, and then helping out the contestants. That was actually my very first time on national television.
Wow.
Oh yeah, I want to face Logan and Card Sharks.
Wow.
Any ideas for a 25 game show marathon better than the L4GS TV game show marathon? If you're talking about Game Show Showdown, you know what? I kind of was thinking about that in my head weeks ago, but I'm not focused on that right now.
Exactly.
Here's a good question from Logan.
Thinking about good ideas in this part, but then again, it was not as terrible as you think. But the thing is, you don't need to go over it right now. Continue on.
That's a good answer. Worst game show ever? $1 Million Word Game. It's got the worst host, and you have to spell out a word. The icing on a cake that makes the show bad. It's if you reach up to level 14, you hope to win the $1 million, but you actually have to choose one of those, I think, 24 numbers to try to find the million. So It shouldn't be called the $1 million word game. It should just be called the word game because you could just win a bow and not $1 million. And also, it could be hard spelling on an anagram. And also, after a couple plays of the game, he'll have a nice chat with the contestant and it just eats up time. And also, they try to have like a little contest, try to get a $10 million prize, but that never happened. And like, I think it was like, I don't know, I forgot how many people, but there is actually a review from Cindy Solomon on Game Show Garbage, which is now Game Show Gumbo. It's a great review, by the way. So
Wow.
check that out.
Yes, exactly.
My least favorite. And there's Logan at his shenanigans.
Oh god. No, it's the best. Seriously, Logan? Jeez, continue on.
But the best is Ian Jameson. Wow. Yes. Megaspan was too soon. But yes.
Wow. And by the way, did remaster episodes of LJPCBM on Megaspan. And it's gonna be uploaded very soon, you know. 5 episodes coming up. I did react to 2, 3, 4, 5. And unfortunately, the first 5 seasons were no longer exist to be released on my main channel because Bimmy was shut down, and plus, it was all over the news that Bimmy was shutting things down and everything. Continue on.
Agree with you, Paul. That has got to be one of my favorite L4TS TV shows I have ever produced. Period.
Yes.
But you know what? Spin for a Million that I'm producing right now is just as good as Megaspin. Not as good as Megaspin, but just as good.
Yes, exactly.
Well, no, it's a completely different channel. I created the 25. I'm going to tell you all this right now. I created the 25 because I wanted to, after what happened in 2019, I wanted to start fresh, brand new channel. Of course, I was still running the Alex Paris channel at that time, which is now archive channel. But in mid 2020, I was like, I don't want to give up doing my game shows yet. So created that channel on November 1st, 2020. Didn't start uploading videos until June 25th, 2021. And
which, by the way, it was 3 days before I turned 26, my current age, and that was one of my earliest 26th birthday presents, you know, from Alex, and it was a huge gift, and it was a successful gift for me. And if he watches Alex, I would like to thank you for giving that gift, you know, and it was the first anniversary day will be my 27th, so it'll be huge in that time frame. Continue on.
It's actually been a success for almost a year now. We're getting close to the 1 year anniversary. And as you know, we just reached up to 400, as of right now, 407 subscribers.
Yeah, as I'm taping this now, 407. He's losing some subscribers, bouncing up to 407 now. You know, it was a huge, successful day, you know, when it comes to these 407 subs, you know. And, yeah. And he's getting close to 500 subs, you know. It's going to be a huge deal when it comes to these 400, to get close to 500 subs on the 25 KBR TV channel, which is one of my, 26 birthday presents. It's very successful. Continue on.
I want to thank you all for supporting my content, and I hope you all continue to support my content for the many years to come.
Wow, exactly. Exactly, Alex.
13 followers here, so I want to thank you all for tuning in so far. We got about...
Now it's at 129 viewers so far. Continue on.
3 more minutes before I cut off the questions. We'll go to the weather report, and then we're going to close off the show.
Wow.
Here's a good question. If you have any tips for those who want to edit video, what will it be? Well, take your time. And if you want to take too much time, go ahead, but don't rush it too much.
Exactly.
Have a good video editing software. Like, if you're a starter, you can just start off with Microsoft Live Movie Maker. And if you're on a Mac, iMovie's the perfect beginner program for anybody.
which I used back in the old days. And nowadays, I use iMovie ever since to edit a lot. But then I don't really use Final Cut, you know, and I don't really do poor stuff, you know. I tape episodes of those reacts using ScreenFlow. That's what I normally use to react to episodes. Well, as I used back then, and still using it nowadays. Originally, I was gonna tape the single show using ScreenFlow, you know, back in 2015. Now, when I downloaded a ScreenFlow app using ScreenFlow, I don't use it anymore. But now I use Apps in Space. And it's not a review show per se if you watch this remix. It was basically a gameplay series I created. But it's more of a app thing, you know, it's me, Remix, created the show. I figured it's a good idea to come up with the name Apps in Space. But yeah, another series I did, Warbird Show, I'm bringing it back from the dead after so many years, but I'm thinking about doing it via ScreenFlow over for the first early years, you know, of using ScreenFlow. I now use ScreenFlow to tape LJPCBM and other things, you know, so that's just me. And for Final Cut, I made just across special parts 1 through the present. I'm not sure what I've been doing at the time frame, but as far as the rest is concerned, that is a lot of editing sources when it comes to editing. I was a Mac user since 2014, and it was a great run back then. I don't use my iMac to edit. I use my Mac Mini, so there you go, Alex. Continue on.
And if you really want a good editing software, my recommendations are Final Cut Pro X, Adobe Premiere Pro,
which I used for my boss, Tom Kingle, former boss Tom Kingle. If you watch this now, Tom, it's for you, buddy. He had me some process to do some editing in the early days to edit with Adobe Premiere Pro. I don't use that anymore, so I have some coming to you, Tom. Continue on.
DaVinci Video Resolve,
which I have not used before. Continue on.
And Vegas Pro.
Again, I've used it when I was using it for Windows. I don't use it anymore. Continue on.
And have a good camera too.
Yeah, which I use for webcam purpose only, a good, and maybe for camcorder, used for HD, 4K. I haven't used a 4K camcorder yet. But anyway, continue on.
Anything to be a game show host? Well, you gotta speak clearly.
I forgot to speak clearly in the seasons 1 and 2 of Appalachian 94 versus Mighty Cards. I'm gonna need to do it again, so you know that's just me. I really need your help on this, Alex. Continue on.
Know what the rules are. Know what you're talking about. Don't drag out too much time, and stay consistent.
Yes, I forgot to do this. Well, I don't want to copy any people, but I just don't know the rules were, unfortunately, in the games. But, you know, I really need your help on this, Alex, if you're watching this. Continue on.
And of course, be outgoing. Be a great game show host like Bob Barker, Bill Cullen, Wink Martindale. Be like those guys. But don't copy what they do. Just
exactly. Continue on.
be yourself, but be a good host. That's all I can say.
Exactly, Alex. I feel like don't copy myself. I just feel like say I'm Appalachian 94, your host in the Appalachian 94 game shows, and I don't do this at the time frame. I have some flaws in the season 1 series, and they explode season 1. You know, season 2, I don't know. It's a bad burr, you know. I may have to put season 2 on hiatus, after what I've just done. Continue on.
Ricky Johnson, who is known as Trans Gamer Girl, who is your favorite Family Guy character?
Well,
Let me think about this one. My favorite Family Guy character would have to be, oh my goodness, I'm going to have to say Peter Griffin.
wow.
Because he's retarded. Write down the rules on paper and practice. Just make sure, yes. Thank you very much, David. Being a game show, yes, being a game show host. I bet you meant being a game show host. But yes, that was actually one of my dream careers. But
Yeah.
we're going to come.
Yeah, which, by the way, I haven't done a game show host thing in forever. I'll explain more and help regarding that, because I really need some lot of help regarding to be. I've been a contestant before, never a game show host, But I've been a host on one game show, Appalachian 94 versus the Money Cards, and I need a lot of help and strategies. I've been a host on game show parties with my friend Christopher Waha, man, and I need some training to do. Continue on.
It was also a good career, too.
Yeah, it is.
I know I mention that a lot, but hey, my channel.
Exactly, Alex.
All right. And I'm going to do one more question, and that is from Paul C. Favorite character of The Simpsons? Easy question, Homer Simpson. He loves his beer, he strangles his child Bart, and he's smarter than Peter Griffin, but still a little bit dumb.
Wow. Anyway.
All right, that is going to conclude answering questions. We are going to be going to the weather report in just a little bit, so stand by.
Man, I couldn't resist, folks. Oh, man. Anyway. Mostly cloudy, 69 degrees. Okay, current 69 degrees San Jose. Anyway, next. Guys, it's 26. Jesus. 27%, 34 degrees. Okay. Oh, jeez. Okay, full moon is this Friday is this Friday. Last moon is April 23rd. April 30th is new moon. First moon is May 8th. Wow. Last Sunday is 6:40 a.m. Sunrise. Sunset is 7:48 p.m. Monday is which is yesterday, by the way, 6:48 a.m. and 7:49 p.m. Wow. Okay. That's just makes a lot of difference. Rest of the day, sunny. Wow. Highs in the lower 70s. Northwest winds into 15 to 20 miles per hour. Continue on. Do 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 do. Wah. Okay. More. Tonight. Oh my God. This is getting ready to be boring. Showers after midnight. Low in the low 40s. Low in the 40s. Northwest winds at 10 to 20 miles per hour, becoming 5 to 10 miles per hour after midnight. Jesus, it's just freaking me out, man. Continue on. Monday, showers. Boring. High in the upper 50s. South winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Coming northwest in the top 10 to 20 miles per hour in the afternoon. Again, boring. Just don't need a rain right now. Move on. Okay. Power outro is 73, and same with Sacramento. San Francisco is 60. little more 69. Jesus. Anyway, 72 and 73 is, wow. Excuse me, folks. Anyway, Manesso 72 and Shockwave 75. Frenzo 70. Most of it is just fair except for San Francisco and Frenzo. It's most mild quality and that's the time frame. Northwest 13 and 2 cities, or 3 cities, in a matter of fact. Pareto, Scotland, and San Marino. Wow, okay. Northwest 37, San Francisco. North 14, Modesto. West 16, Livermore. And Fresco, calm. Good. Continue on. Wow. Atlanta, oh my god, yeah. Clouds on Monday anyway. 49 and 33. Good. Boston is clouds, okay. And 38 to 61. Chicago, too much rain, Jesus. And 47 to 57. Oh man. Let me just read Boston real quick. 38 to 61. Yeah, we read that. Never mind. Cleveland, thunderstorming. Jesus. 41 to 63. Continue on. Dallas, so much sun. Wow, clouds. Okay, it makes more sense. Anyway. Stop right there. Anyway. 67 is 92. Good. And Denver, because of clouds, good. And sun. 42 to 66. Detroit, thunderstorms. Jesus. On the sunset. Okay. Wow. 43 to 64. Houston, too much rain. Stupid idea, I know. 70 to 84. Oh my god. Do we really need that? Indianapolis, so much rain. Thunderstorms. Stop right there. Anyway. 55 to 65. Los Angeles, so much stupid rain, I know. 55 to 68, I know. Miami, so much clouds and sun, hooray. 70 to 76. Minneapolis, rain for the storms and no, not rain for the storms, but cloud for the storms and sun. 40 to 58. Continue on. 41 57. New York, rain, sun, no, cloud and sun. Excuse me. Hooray! We're safe, Orlando. Okay. 40 to 57. Norfolk, cloud and sun. 43 to 71. 54 to 8 and sun. Hooray! Orlando, save us! Save us, Orlando! Oh man, Philadelphia. Sun and clouds. 36 to 62. That's making more sense. Anyway. Save us, Phoenix. Anyway, sun and Phoenix. Okay. And 63 to 87. Save us, Phoenix. Anyway. Pittsburgh, so much rain and sun. 35 to 56. So much stupidity, I know. St. Louis, thunderstorms, I know. 56 to 63. San Francisco, so much rain, stupidity, I know. 49 to 58. Seattle, so much rain. 36 to 49. And Syracuse, if you watch this remix, so much rain, I know. Stupidity, I know. 30 to 62. Tampa, clouds and sun. 56 to 85. Washington D.C., clouds and sun. 38 to 69. Jesus, continue on. And yeah, it was so much creeping me out, man. Save us, Orlando and Phoenix. Give us some sun. We are free. They temporarily unavailable. Wow, current radar. Just so much. Give me the creeps, man. Wow. Well. Okay. Sense, huh? Forecast. Oh my God, Jesus. San Francisco 63. God. San Jose 58 rain. Too much rain information. Wow. Same with Spencer. 57. Monterey, so much rain, spinning, I know. Bakersfield, 68, so much rain and sun. So much poor, you know. And, yeah. Tuesday's party quality. And, few PM showers Wednesday. Thursday, showers. Why bother with the showers? It happened last week. Jesus, continue on.
And that concludes the weather report here on the Sunday show, as well as a successful episode 15 of the Sunday show. And it was a lot better than the previous taping.
I have to agree with Alex in this one. Continue on.
I do want to also give a shout out to Cool Man 487, even though he came here a little late, and I'm glad you actually liked this. And
Wow.
well, you know what? We do need the rain here, Lou, because we haven't had rain in a long time.
I understand, Alex. Continue on.
And yes, I did hear about your storm, but sometimes a little bit of rain or a lot of rain can be a good thing.
Wow. It was a bad thing for me. It was scaring me and Skills, long story short. Scaring me, Skills, creeps. Continue on.
So, that's been concluded for episode 15 of the Sunday show. If you like this, give this a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to the 25 if you've not done so. And if you want to be notified for new uploads on the channel, please ring the notification bell icon if you want to be notified for new uploads. And on our next week's show, which is going to be the Easter Sunday special, to make up for what it was supposed to be for today, next week I'll be talking a little bit about my Easter plans, and I will be talking about how I discovered Microsoft Agent. So, with all that being said, I'm Alex Paris. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next episode. And don't forget that tomorrow at 3 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time is the Season 9 premiere and the revival of the Brian and Steve Show, with Brian, Steve, Jeremy, and the rest of the gang pranking each other. And I'll say this right now, we're going to be in for a good season. For real, have a good evening, everybody.
So that was Q&A session with Alex Paris, the Sunday show for episode 15. What do I think about this episode? It was amazing. So far, this episode went to be a success. Anyways, guys, that was the LJPCBM React episode number 816. Hope you enjoy it. Stay tuned. The next one's gonna be LJPCBM episode 817. Bossy Buddy episode number let me check what episode we're on. Bossy Buddy, hang on. It's gonna be episode 37 on Bossy Buddy Cooks for P. Till next time, this is Joseph Bob, piece of baby. We can watch you guys pursue. Till then, just out. See ya.
Given unto me this life I'll never take for granted, and given all the time I failed to really understand it, I never sought to meet the maker of reality, the one who gave the life that which is always happening, but I tried all the time. I ask, why me? Why was I the one to see things as I do under the moonlight and the sun? Attention is the question, and the giver holds the key.